Skeleton Crew. Quite frankly, I wasn't really anticipating this show. It's Star Wars. I love Star Wars, but there's gonna be stuff that aren't really for me. I wasn't really a big fan of the Acolyte at all. I thought that the Acolyte was kind of just a really bad show, to be honest with you. And here, I wasn't really excited for Skeleton Crew. The marketing didn't really work for me. I thought that it didn't really look like Star Wars. I just didn't care for the suburbs look of the trailers. It just didn't really work for me. I wasn't really digging like the Goonies vibe for Star Wars. When like the kids are too young, and that's when I start like checking out. I just don't really care unless it's really well done. There are a few exceptions to the rule, kind of like E.T. or Stranger Things. Those types of shows I like. But overall, I'm not really interested when like a kid or kids are part of the main leads, like the main cast. I just feel like it's not aimed toward me. I'm not like the biggest fan of the Goonies or anything. I like the film. I watched it once and I probably will never watch it again. So I don't really have any attachment to the Goonies, and I can see what John Watts is going for here. He is going for a Goonies type adventure in like the Star Wars universe. He's using the same plot point, if you will. Like, it really seems like they're gonna go after treasure, and I like that there are pirates in this show. It does really feel like it's something different. The show doesn't really feel like Star Wars at all to me. It feels like Lucasfilm took a script, already existing script, and then like just turned it into a Star Wars show, and then like hired John Watts to produce and direct. Maybe it didn't happen that way. Maybe like John Watts actually pitched the show to Lucasfilm, but to me it just doesn't feel like I'm in a galaxy far, far away. It just feels like this other sci-fi show with kids. And there's Jude Law, and I think that's the main problem. So I liked episode 2 more than episode 1. Episode 1 I felt was a bit slow, and I didn't really like the suburb feels, like I said. I just had trouble like getting myself into this kind of new world that we're exploring. And then episode 2, it picks up. I think that it picks up a little bit. We're introduced to like this other world and these new aliens. So I think that episode 2 is a little better than episode 1. Like, it looks good. Like, the sets are great and the actors are fine. I don't think that the kids actors are all like bad or anything. I think that they're decent. I just don't really care for their characters. I'm not really invested in what they're gonna do. Like, even after 2 episodes, I still don't really like care what happens to them. I like that the show takes place after like Return of the Jedi. I like this time period, and I like I said, that there are pirates involved and that there's actually a true Jedi here, and hopefully he's gonna be like awesome. Hopefully like Jude Law's character is gonna be great, and he's gonna be like this awesome Jedi. But yeah, and other than that, like Nick Frost as the voice of SM-33 was really good. I liked the robot here in this show. Most of the robots in Star Wars are really entertaining. They're really fun, and here it's the same thing. Like, yeah, I really enjoyed the robot here. But yeah, those are my thoughts. But here's something that I'd like to touch on. I think that the music is completely awful. The music doesn't work in this show. Why don't you just pick the same Star Wars themes from the past? There's a theme at the end that it doesn't work. It's just really it's terrible. It took me out of the scene, because I'm sitting there and I'm wondering, why did you just put the Force theme? Like, the Force theme is awesome. The Obi-Wan theme, like, just put that thing in there. But they do something really weird with it, and I just didn't like it. I don't like the music in this show, and I don't like the setting. Like, I don't know. It's I'm gonna stick around. Like, I'm not like off the show yet. I'm gonna watch probably the entire thing, but I'm not loving it. I'm really not loving it. It's not awful. I was entertained for like maybe 2/3 of it. I don't know like if other people are gonna be interested in this show, because like I love the original trilogy. I love Rogue One, Andor, Mandalorian. But this show just isn't for me. I'm not really into this show, and I don't know if a lot of other Star Wars fans will be. It's gonna be interesting to see like the numbers for Skeleton Crew after this. But yeah, John Watts, I think that he directed like a good first episode. And I'm rooting for the guy, and I enjoyed what he did with Spider-Man in the MCU. But like I said, here I just am not connecting with this show. I just don't really like it so far. I'd give this like a C plus or something. It's not like terrible, but it's just not my cup of tea. Right now, I just really appreciate like the books and the comics more in Star Wars. Hopefully the movies will change that. Hopefully the movies will be awesome. But right now, like with the Acolyte and this, I'm sort of like questioning Lucasfilm a little bit. Like I just don't understand what's going on. I feel like it's kind of hard to be a Star Wars fan these days, isn't it? Like sometimes it's kind of depressing. So yeah, we'll see what happens with Wim, with Fern, and so far I just think they're fine. But we'll see. We'll see what happens with them and with Jude Law, and we'll see in episode 3, and hopefully it improves as the series goes along. So those are my thoughts on Skeleton Crew. Let me know what you think about the series down in the comments below. Please like, comment, subscribe, and see you next time.